Okay, what was that?
Went forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
One.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers 4. So we've got another awesome theory Avengers 4 video to go over today, which makes a lot of sense going forward into Avengers 4 post Avengers Infinity War finger snapping that Thanos did at the end of the movie. So if you're new to the channel, we cover all things related to Marvel. So if that's your kind of content, make sure to subscribe. So let's get into this video. So the creditation for this video, it comes from Reddit. It's a pretty solid theory, to be honest, and I want to go over it because it makes a lot of sense. Last week we went over the fact that Doctor Strange could have cursed the Time Stone. I still think he could have, but this theory makes a lot more sense and it's very interesting, and I want to bring it to you subscribers. So Thanos essentially will fear the Infinity Gauntlet because the Gauntlet has, in theory, permanently damaged him, or you could say burnt him. As we know, at the end of Avengers Infinity War, Thanos disappeared from Wakanda with a broken and burnt Infinity Gauntlet. In one of the final scenes, he's still seen wearing it and limping. And you got to take into the fact that Joe Russo revealed that Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet were permanently damaged by the finger snap. Now I know what everyone's going to say, but Warstu, you could just reverse the timeline, you could just use a time stone and he could repair himself. No, that's never going to happen. So a Reddit user, The Lazier Shell, wrote this. This all stems from this theory that the Soul Stone has a setback. It connects the user to the emotions of the person it's being used on. So when Thanos used it in the snap, it connected him to every person being in the universe. In the last moment, he felt all the sadness, pain and suffering in the entire universe. So because of this, in Avengers 4, he's actually going to be doing a lot of thinking, but more hesitation towards using the stone. He's not going to want to use them. He's achieved his goal, what he could possibly use them for, except for the farming scene that we actually see in the end. It's not like someone could find him if he's gone to a total random planet, is it? Well, no, realistically, it's not. Thanos won't be found unless he wants to be found. But didn't he realize that there was a price to be paid? The gauntlet was cursed. Whoever used the snap has the permanent scarring on their arm, but also the gauntlet is permanently attached onto their skin. That's why the snap had to happen in the order for the Avengers to actually win in the end. Remember those 14 million futures Strange saw? I think all of them were pre-snap futures. The futures were they could have sliced off his hand, head or toe, but still lost in the end. Possibly even more devastating. So Strange made a conscious choice to sacrifice half of the universe in order to win later on. They continue, but why do this? Thanos is going to have all the stones collected. He's going to be unstoppable for the exact reason I said above. Yes, he's going to have all the stones at arm's length, but they make him vulnerable. They scare him both physically, mentally, and emotionally. Even though he has them all at his disposal, he ultimately is going to make himself weaker by doing so because of that. Remember, the concept art of the Thanos in Avengers 4, he has the gauntlet on his hand, but he also has armor and has a giant butter knife. Why would you need all of that if he just has the stones? Because he's not going to try to use them as much as possible unless he has to. He's only going to keep them for the worst case scenarios. Now let's get back to the curse. What put the curse there? I can see 4 options. The first 3, which I do not like. Strange cursed the stone with the time stone. Obviously, the Dwarf King put some Asgardian magic on it. That could be another one. Or just natural consequences of using the Infinity Gauntlet. The 4th one makes the most sense. The 4th option which I like the most. Remember the first stone Thanos ever had back in Avengers 1. He was willing to give the Mind Stone to Loki. Now remember that the Mind Stone is a fully conscious thinking thing.
Damn well, White. Back off.
Oh, I'm starting to want you to make me.
Yeah. Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
I know guys with none of that worth 10 of you. I've seen the footage. The only thing you really fight for is yourself.
They added, in Avengers 1, it makes the Avengers turn against each other and fight. 3 pieces of evidence. The shot zooms in on the Mind Stone, which produces a buzzing noise, and the whole shot turns upside down for a moment. This was also pointed in to the original script. All the characters in all the acts in the scene, Steve is more aggressive towards everything. Stark does. Banner is unaware of picking up the scepter. Thor insults humans, and Tony is sweating and holding his head. In Avengers Age of Ultron, Tony compares the Mind Stone to Jarvis, to which Banner says, it's thinking, its neurons firing. So, I think the Mind Stone is actually what cursed the Gauntlet. It spent 6 years with the Avengers learning, collecting information, thinking. It went back to Thanos, and when it did, it didn't like what happened after the finger snap. So it saw Thanos' fears and used them against him. So using his own fears against him. So Warheads, after listening to all that, it makes complete sense that Thanos will be scared. He will fear using the Infinity Gauntlet because in theory it is correct. The Mind Stone can play tricks on Thanos himself, and he might even be scared to use it because it's burnt his arm. If he used it again, what else will it damage? There's a reason why the Russo brothers have said it damaged Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet permanently. Did you notice how after when Thor said, what did you do? You could really see how burnt and damaged the Infinity Gauntlet was. Then Thanos disappeared, then he came back and he was limping. It's permanently damaged him. Now this theory does actually make a lot of sense if you follow it. I will leave a link to the Reddit place where I got it from, but it's just something to think about. Will Thanos fear using the Infinity Gauntlet permanently because it's burnt onto him in a sense? Like, we don't even know if he can get it off because it's burnt. It looks like it's burnt into him. It's damaged his arm. The Mad Titus, the Goliath, it's seriously damaged him. I honestly think this is the strongest theory out there, that it was the Mind Stone that is cursed, that cursed the Gauntlet, not the Time Stone. It does make a lot of sense. It really does, if you think about it. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below. Do you think this theory is true? Do you think it's false? If not, come up with a better theory down below. Of course, this isn't my theory. It's a theory I wanted to go over on Reddit, but I really think it's an interesting theory how the Mind Stone is essentially what corrupted the Infinity Gauntlet, and Thanos is going to be too scared to use it because the Mind Stone, it essentially controlled Vision, made Vision who he is, realistically. The Mind Stone is so powerful. It's very interesting how the Mind Stone was actually the last stone he got. The Mind Stone was the last one, and he looked destroyed after he did the finger snap. And then again, you got to go back to the Avengers 4 concept art. Why has he got a butcher's knife, a giant butcher's knife out, and the armor after he didn't need the armor? It's very interesting. I really think this is a strong theory. I don't think Thanos is going to be using the Infinity Gauntlet in Avengers 4 if he can actually use it, because the Gauntlet looks like it's permanently impaled onto him, which is a very cool, calm theory. It really does make sense. The Mind Stone turned the Avengers against himself. I mean, Banner picked up Loki's scepter without even knowing he had it in his hand. It turned the Avengers against himself. Maybe Thanos knows this, and he knew using all the Infinity Stones at once would actually be his ultimate undoing. But Thanos has done everything he wants to do. He sacrificed Gamora. He sacrificed his arm. What else does he need to do? There's nothing he needs to do unless someone tries to come for him, come for the stones. But how are they going to track Thanos down? I mean, yes, Nebula would be the person to go to, but he's literally vanished to thin air. I mean, we know where he is. But how will the Avengers track him down? It's going to be a very interesting movie, guys. Anyway, let me know. Do you think this theory is correct, that the Mind Stone is actually the most powerful stone, and it was the Mind Stone that cursed the Infinity Gauntlet and not the Time Stone? I think this is a very strong theory. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment and drop all your comments down below about what you think. Now, I'm not sure when I'm going to post this video. I will either post it before or after the Captain Marvel trailer video. Obviously, I've made this video before the Captain Marvel trailer video. I'm just not sure when I'm going to drop that. So if I do drop the Captain Marvel trailer before this video, just discontinue this. But if I don't, then let me also know, guys, what did you think about the Captain Marvel trailer down below in the comments? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I think it's going to be pretty sweet. It is going to be 2.5 minutes long when it actually does come out. So it is going to be pretty awesome. And I can't wait for that Captain Marvel trailer. Anyway, guys, drop all your comments down below. I've been Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.